capacity. All those falsehoods were meant to demean the local operators, the indigenous Nigerian airlines, in favor of this charade they've put up with Ethiopia. That's
Guys, see, I am not happy. I have asked myself time without number, severally. Why is it that Nigeria is the only country in the world that likes to kill a giant? Why is Nigeria, the land Nigeria, is it a coast land? To the extent that if somebody want to harness greatness, if they don't want their greatness to die, they have to leave the country. They have to leave the country to another land in order for their greatness to manifest. Because if they are in their father's land, somehow their dream will die. Somehow their greatness will die. We all know during xenophobia here in South Africa. In fact, I'm in South Africa, you know. During xenophobia 2019, when Alex sent a free plane to convey Nigerians back home who were stranded, who needed to come back home. If you go to Nigeria embassy here in South Africa, you will see thousands of Nigerians that were going home. Courtesy of Ale Oyema. This same Ale Oyema sent his plane to Indonesia. This same Ale Oyema sent his plane to Sudan recently, you know, when there was war there. But recently, the Minister of Aviation, that local Minister of Aviation came out on public television to come and use man to indirectly, you know, destroy the business of Ale Oyema herpes. Saying that the reason why they award the contract, you know, the aviation contract, you know, to Ethiopia Airline is simply because herpes Ale Oyema does not have capacity. But when this guy was going around the whole world, including India, to bring Nigerians in distress back home, he had capacity. Please, let me not take much of your time. Kindly, let's watch this video together. Please ensure you share this video. Sometimes I ask myself, is there hope for an Igbo man in Nigeria? Is there really hope? I want to believe if Ale Oyema was a northerner, that local minister of aviation that cannot construct simple and good English in his mouth will not spit such trash from his mouth. Please, let's watch this video together. Ensure you share this video. God bless you.
capacity.
Okay, so
One of the things says that you don't have capacity, but I see that you are having partnership with the government of Antigua. Other countries are calling you to come and help set up their national flag carrier, but they say you don't have capacity. I want you to respond to that. And also, you don't have capacity, but during COVID-19, you went to everywhere Nigerians were to bring them back home when COVID-19 was raging on and all of that. And you've also helped with evacuation. But the conversation about you not having capacity, I mean, what would you like to say as regards all of that? And why I kept on saying say it is because the things we live on say destroy our country. Say the absolute truth. How do you feel being treated this way, you know, with the Minister of Aviation? And also the certification. Did Nigeria Air pass that certification, you know, the AOC certification and all of that? Please, I want you to tell the absolute truth about how you've been treated this way and other airlines so that Nigerians will know the truth. We keep saying we don't want to talk, we don't want to talk. This country keeps getting destroyed every day. We want to be the voice of the people. Let the people know.
You know, Rufai, the truth is, I'm a student of nonviolence education. So sometimes there are things we manage in order not to hit up the polity somehow. But the truth is this, we have to speak up. That's why we went to court in the first place. Now, he said we don't have capacity. All those falsehoods were meant to demean the local operators, the indigenous Nigerian airlines, in favor of this charade they've put up with Ethiopia. That's all. To be allowed, even at the FEC meetings. How many times, even the president, the former president, President Muhammad Buhari, shut down this national air project at a time. One man is just hoodwinking the country into believing that this is needed. All they need to do is to set up a strong flight carrier. If you do if you provide the enabling environment for people to operate, more people will invest in the system. Now about capacity. He told the world that we are low in capacity. He told the world on television that Airpeace was given Dubai to fly, to conduct flight operations into Dubai. Are they flying now? Airpeace is no longer flying to Dubai because they are low in capacity. I say, whoever advised Senator Hadi Sirika to come on television to defend the indefensible has not done him any good. The whole world knows. We started operations into Dubai July 5th, 2019. We never stopped until COVID. Everybody stopped. When COVID stopped, we started. UAE decided, for whatever reason, to complete ban on issuance of visas to Nigeria. Airpeace stopped going to Dubai. Emirates stopped coming to Nigeria. Neither Airpeace nor Emirates is flying this route now. None of them. So why should the Minister of Government barefacedly come on television that have this kind of outreach to the world, to spoof falsehood, because you want to paint the indigenous operators black and blue? Now, he said Airpeace doesn't have capacity. The same Airpeace, when the entire world shut down during the lockdown in 2020 because of COVID-19, Airpeace went to China on 3 occasions, bringing back Nigerians. That is a 14-15 hours non-stop flight, deploying our 777s to go to bring Nigerians back to their homeland proudly 3 times. Yet Airpeace doesn't have capacity. Airpeace went to India 12 times, bringing Nigerians. Most Nigerians that went to India didn't have money to even pay Ethiopia to bring them back. I deployed my jets. Airpeace deployed our jets. We went there, and those we brought back, later put it in a newspaper to thank us. We brought them back to their country free of charge. We did 12 sorties to India. Yet Airpeace doesn't have capacity. Airpeace went to Thailand, brought Nigerians back. Airpeace doesn't have capacity. Airpeace went to Malaysia, brought Nigerians back. Airpeace doesn't have capacity. Airpeace went to Indonesia, brought Nigerians back. They don't have capacity. In Malaysia, Indonesia, Nigerians went to the embassy, almost attacked everybody because they were stranded. Airpeace deployed, went there and brought them back. Airpeace went to South Africa during COVID, brought Nigerians back. Airpeace also went to England, to the UK, brought Nigerians back, went on a second one. The UK authorities said, oh no, you don't come again. They cancelled whatever they gave us, the permit they gave us. I paid for Nigerians. I hired a European carrier to bring them back. The federal government of Nigeria praised Airpeace for doing that, for love of country. We did others. We don't have capacity. During xenophobic attacks, Nigerians were being killed. Nigerian shops were being raided. Nigerians were being dehumanized in South Africa. I felt bad. He had told some people that it was a public stunt. Which kind of public stunt? This is how I've been. I have to be proud of myself, if not said, in this country. Without Allen Onyema, maybe Boko Haram would have been a child's play. What happened in Niger Delta? I brought up myself. I initiated the program with my own funds, brought the entire University of Rhode Island Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies, paying hundreds of millions, bringing the entire faculty here to train and transform militants with my own money. I was doing it for several years, from 2005 to 2008. Until Yaradua came and asked me and Libe, who is this Alan Onyema? I have a security report that this guy is decimating militancy. And they brought me. The rest is history today. I've always contributed to the well-being of this country. And all I get from some government officials as this kind of thing, they do all sorts of things, fight you from different angles, and this is what is happening. Yet we don't have capacity. APs doesn't have capacity. We deployed our 777s, went to South Africa, rescued Nigerians during xenophobic attacks. On 2 occasions, Nigerians worked tall during that period. Nigeria as a nation was respected worldwide for what APs did on their behalf. Nigerians felt proud. You needed to see. Why did I break down inside the plane when they arrived? Yes, you saw me crying inside the aircraft. It was because I saw another woman carrying a child, and the woman was praying for me and saying, see, it was an Igbo guy that was carrying, that she lost a child in South Africa, that if you didn't come, maybe I would have died, and that, see, an Igbo guy was helping her to carry the other baby all the way from South Africa. They were all clinging to each other. They were singing national anthem. Nigeria became one. This is what we are using APs to do in the country. It's not about money. When you come to APs, it's mini Nigeria. We don't discriminate. I've trained Northerners, Southerners, Southwest, Southeast, giving them a meaningful employment, not just the minimum wage in APs is about 50,000 for cleaners. And we are in support of this present government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. We addressed our staff. We told them, support this removal of subsidy. We are going to support you. And beginning this month, we are going to dish out palliatives to our staff in support of the government. This is what we've been doing. And the Minister of Government came out there and said, we don't have capacity. And we did all this. And recently, we deployed to Sudan. We deployed to Sudan to bring back Nigerians free of charge. Yet we don't have capacity. Where was Ethiopia? Did Ethiopia do that? I'm going to come to Ethiopia. Ethiopia wanted what they are doing now with the national carrier. They wanted to do it with me. For love of country, I turned it down. April 10, 2019, in a letter. They came to me. They wanted APs to collaborate with them. They took us to Addis Ababa. We signed MOU. And they said in the MOU, we need to push out Gulf carriers. I said, no problem. Mind you, I'm very proud of what Ethiopia has achieved as an airline. They're the pride of Africa. I like what they've achieved, no doubt. So we tried to collaborate. Then when we got to the nitty-gritty of the meeting, what they wanted was to come into this place, do local flying, then use AP's consign to fly the whole world, about 150 basa, while paying me royalties, paying AP's royalties. I said, where does I would have been getting millions of dollars. And one of them joked, Alan, you don't need to be buying planes again, nothing. I said, where does this leave my country? In the letter I wrote to them, I said, where does this leave my nation, Nigeria? You will destroy the jobs in Nigeria. You will kill the other airlines. No, sir, please. You will kill the other airlines in Nigeria. And APs will be growing. Airline and APs will be swimming in millions of dollars. So we rejected it in a letter. It's documented and it's in court today. So for people saying that we are afraid of competition, if I was afraid of competition, I had them on a platter of gold. I would have taken it, that offer, and I'll sit down.
Okay. Mr. Emma, we have just about 3 minutes to go, unfortunately. But there are 2 issues I would like you to respond to. The first is the status of the matter in court. Justice Solotu granted an ex parte application. AON took there. Justice Alagoa granted an injunction. But I've seen an opinion in which Alexis Zion, is saying, look, that matter had already been challenged in court, and therefore, Nigeria Air, the unveiling that was done on May 29, could go ahead. What's the status of that matter in court? You are a lawyer. And then secondly, quickly, BASA, Bilateral Air Services Agreement, is one of the things that the association, the Airline Organization of Nigeria has been complaining about. Is it the case, as AON is alleging, that Sirika, as Minister of Aviation, did not help any airline with regard to BASA? Quickly, because we have just a few minutes.
If I knew you were going to give me 5 minutes, he was giving about 20 or 40 or 60 or 1 hour to talk. I wouldn't have come in the first place because I need time to debunk so many of the things he said. If I knew I was going to spend 5 minutes and go, I wouldn't have come here in the first place. And that is the truth. About the case in court, I'm surprised the landed senior advocate was saying that because I don't know what he was saying, that the case was the court orders have never been vacated. That is the truth. The court orders are subsisting. They've never been vacated. What they did on May 26 was contemptuous of Nigeria's law. And inviting a foreign airline to come and disregard disrespect our judiciary is very unbecoming of a government official. Alexion cannot go to court tomorrow and tell them that the case has been vacated. It has never been vacated. You don't vacate it by word of mouth. Senator Sirika said that, there's an application to vacate it. Application to vacate is not vacation. It could go either way. They could vacate it or they may not vacate it. So that the court order, the orders of the court are still subsisting. And about BASA, one thing is you apply, I want to go to Lagos, I want to go to London, I want to go to US, and the federal government gives you approval, where you go. That is one thing. The other one is you need the support of government to fight for you and fight truthfully too. London, that is the lowest hanging fruit for any airline. Why is it that Airpeace that doesn't have capacity is doing China? We started flying to China. We are doing India. We are doing Jeddah now, Medina on the Hajj. And after Hajj, we continue the scheduled operations. We fly South Africa. So Nigerians now go to India using Airpeace twice a week. China once a week. We do all this. Now you get all this, but London, why is it that Airpeace in the last 7 years or 6 years have not been able to get into London? When we applied, first of all, to get designation, it was difficult. Later, I was given designation. They gave us 3 frequencies. I cried out. I said, why 3 frequencies? This is a low-hanging fruit. This is a 6-hour flight with a lot of traffic. I can do 7 days, daily flight to London. I discovered that another airline, they told me that another airline, Omni Blue, was also getting some frequencies. And I was asking, which airline is Omni Blue in Nigeria? But I don't want to go into that. So later they increased it to 4. Then we applied. When we applied, because you need to apply for TCO, they wrote Nigerian authorities to ask for, do you know about this Airpeace? And I was denied. They said, no, we didn't know about it. We didn't know they applied. We didn't authorize them to apply. I said, for what? So TCO, that's the European Tech Country Operators Permit. You need to get it first before you go into any European nation, UK inclusive. They stopped us. NCAA didn't allow Airpeace to apply to go into London for 4 years. We are stopped. Reason? Arik messed up in London. Medview messed up. Therefore, we don't want to be disgraced. We almost lost this. Not NCA under the present DG. In fact, to the credit of the present DG, he was the one that actually took up the gauntlet to fight for us. This present DG, Captain Musa Nuhu, he has done everything possible to get, in fact, almost stopping BA from coming here. So, but the other NCA before him, for 4 years, we are not allowed to go. So who was manipulating them? For no reason. When you go, you say from above, fine. I wanted to fight. The love of country, I know some of the things I will say, it will turn into ethnic issues, and I don't want that. So I kept my cool. Later, NCA said we should get IATA. We should do IATA audit on TCO. Mind you, Airpeace has IOSA, and that is the highest internationally recognized safety audit for any airline. APIS has been getting it. We are also certified. They say, no, you have to do audit for the TCO. We now brought in IATA, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that, hundreds of millions of naira to bring them in. At the end of the day, APIS passed the audit. And we told them, even IATA sent to them, they said, okay, now we have to audit you ourselves. The game continued until Musa Nuhu stepped in and said, enough is enough. Enough is enough, before they now allowed us to apply. So when we applied, we are still on it, we are still going through it. But when you look at this Nigerian air thing, look at the shareholding. I have it here. The shareholding agreement, I have it here. Without SACO, Nigeria would have been in trouble. The entire management, leadership of the entire management, the DFO, the CEO, all the management positions, the headship, Ethiopia, deputies, Nigeria. Then look at the shareholding. Ethiopia, 49%. There's a company called Fairfax. Who is this Fairfax? It's another Ethiopian, owned by an Ethiopian. They are transaction advisors. They are going to get 3%. They are going to get 1.45% of the shareholding capital, which is put at 250 million. Ethiopia will bring 122 million, but not as cash. Rentals. They'll bring what Ethiopia is bringing. Is only the Nigerian companies that are going to bring money. SACO and MRS. I have it here. The document is with us here. Ethiopia is not bringing a penny into Nigeria. Ethiopia will pay rentals for their own plane. It's written here, black and white. Pay rentals for their own plane for 5 years. So even if they pay the 122,000, APIS alone is worth over $2 billion. As I speak to you, Boeing is in my office now for the delivery of our 737 MAX, which is costing over $1 billion. The E2s from Embraer that we've started receiving is costing about $1 billion. 5 of them have entered Nigeria. Ethiopia is bringing nothing, and they are going to earn 49% of your country's wealth. I call on President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to immediately dissolve this charade called Nigerian Air and start his own thing.
Okay, Mr. Onyema, I'm sure there will be more opportunities to further discuss this subject, which is important to Nigerians. Well, right of reply, that's a standard practice, and also Nigerians have the right to know. Thank you very much for joining